absolutely brilliant, Mr. Kubrick. Soon we shall have all these hundreds of hours of film loaded into unmanned relay probes, while the crew of Apollo 11 remain floating around the Earth, keeping in contact with those fools at Houston. Their low-frequency signals will be passed to the probe that will then transmit them back to Earth in a higher frequency, making it look as though the radio waves are genuinely coming from the moon. On the day of the landing, the probe will broadcast these live videos of the astronauts on the moon, while the astronauts simultaneously send us their voiceovers. Sheer magnificence!
Hey, anyone know where my Coke bottle got to? Hey, has anyone seen my Coke bottle?
Rumsfeld, you're totally mad. You and Nixon, you're both stark raving mad, as were your Democrat predecessors.
Don't call me mad. I will not tolerate your insolence. If anybody was mad, it was John F. Kennedy, thinking we could compete with the Russia's space program by authentically doing the impossible by the end of this year. He put both the Democrats and the Republicans in a corner we couldn't get out of, so we had no choice. Besides, this is not insanity. This is purely genius. There is a difference.
You'll never get away with this. You'll never get away with this.
And just how do you expect to stop us? How ironic. We are the American government, the most powerful nation in the world. We have the CIA, the NSA, the military, the most advanced arsenal of weapons of mass destruction.
And even with those weapons of mass destruction, you still can't get to the moon.
Nor can the Soviets. But we can't let them beat us with their pitiful unmanned landers. They're even planning on sending Luna 15 to retrieve the first soil sample in advance of our manned landing. We can't afford to risk looking inferior to the communists. Even after their previous N1 launch failures, they're still pursuing their arrogant attempts to beat us there. If they can get the N1 to work, there's no telling when they'll be able to fake the first moonshot before we can, which is exactly the reason we hired you to stage the lunar EVA.
Don't patronise me. I was never hired to be involved in this. You cronies called me and half of Hollywood down to the Cape so we could recreate the launch of Apollo 11 to be a spectacular show for the public, even in the risk of an accident. You know, I almost hope the Saturn V does blow up, as did its F1 engines during development. That will be a spectacular fireworks display that will bring your schemes to a dead end, leaving you to do nothing but watch the communists triumph.
I can assure you that I am not as forgiving as Nixon. The next hint of commie support on your part, and you'll end up like JFK's whore from Hollywood. Her death was a warning he should have taken more seriously. Now shut up and do what I hired you to do.
You and I know you never hired me. You blackmailed me, you bastard.
You should be grateful. We gave you access to the Pentagon to shoot your scenes from Doctor Strangelove. Consider it payment in advance. We have the power to manipulate anything we touch, and it seems the only weapon you have against us is hollow threats.
Oh yeah? Don't bet on it. The madness ends here, Rumsfeld. The madness ends here.
Ha! You and what army?
I will not allow you to use the magic of filmmaking to fool the world just so you can cheat a space race and distract us from Nam!
You don't have the guts. You're just an artist. You'd be more likely to kill yourself believing yourself to be a failure, like Van Gogh. In this case, I guess your failure is revealing the truth to the light. You think you've got the guts to shoot me? Go ahead.